タイムズスクエアにあります大画面でもマイケル・ジャクソンさんの死亡のニュースが伝えられていまして、ご覧のように多くの人が画面に見入っています。
I did not believe it at all. No, I thought it was just like they were making it up, like they were trying to prank us. You know when you get the text messages that prank? Yeah, like they sent a text message saying that he was dead, and we didn't believe it.
We heard a guy on the subway saying it, but he was a panhandler, and we thought he was joking.
I'm so sad about this news, also, because I see the people's face, and it is so sad. When we give it right, they are talking about Michael Jackson.
I just heard it. I was sleeping and I woke up to the Thriller song, and I'm standing there and I'm bouncing to Thriller, and then they said that was a tribute to Michael Jackson's passing, and I was astounded. I froze. I just couldn't. I ran out here. I live around the corner. I ran out to Times Square just to see if what I heard was the truth.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I didn't think that can happen to him, and it came like a shock.
It's one word, shock.
I am just shocked. I just heard from my mum in the UK. She phoned me about 10 minutes ago to tell me, and I'm really shocked to hear that he's died at such a young, tender age.
He's like just like one of those people that will live until they're like 90 or until like they're 80 or something.
Michael Jackson, with his music and dance, was an influence on people all around the world.
Everybody's a fan of Michael.
Of course. Who didn't have, their Beat It jacket or whatever? Of course.
I was a big fan. I loved his music. I thought he was one of the great artists of all time.
A fan. I grew up. I'm 45 years old. I grew up listening to Michael Jackson.
As a kid, I wanted to be him.
When I was little, when it was the Jackson 5's cartoons on television. Yeah, I used to watch those Saturday mornings, and then the show just grew on me. The guys just grew on me. I followed the music. They were international. They appealed to everybody worldwide. They just reached out and touched everybody with the lyrics, the songs, the music, his moves. I just thought it was fantastic.
Well, first we had the Jackson 5, so you have a generation growing up with Michael and his brother, and then he became an adult.
And he kept being as good as he was when he was young.
He came up out of nowhere with his family, and then he just all of a sudden his group just expanded, and he was very popular. And then he went on to make his own music, and everyone was familiar with him. And so they started to get a feel of his music that he have now, like Beat It, that was a famous one, and Thriller was the Halloween song, Did all different kinds of music. He evolved from a cartoon show to being this millionaire.
His talent was magnified just by the technology of the time, so more people got to see of him. When James Brown, when he was doing his thing, it was almost word of mouth for several decades. He wasn't on MTV, he wasn't on TV every hour with the video. It was word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth. So Michael was truly probably one of the first superstars of the electronic era.
Do you have a favorite Michael Jackson song?
Thriller.
Oh my God, there are so many. Rock With You, Off the Wall, Human Nature. There's so many to name.
All of them. Billie Jean, he was a legend, and all his music, he's a legend.
Probably either Thriller or Billie Jean. Smooth Criminal or Beat It.
Beat it, okay.
Smooth Criminal. Beat It and Thriller, yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah, those are his main popular songs.
I've always been a fan. I'm a teacher, music teacher. One of the chief things I do with my kids is he's as Elvis was, as some of the other great performers of it's just surreal in a sense. I can care less about his private life.
I wasn't as big as a fan of him as he was, because I was a bit unsure about the whole legal side of things with the kids. I didn't know whether to believe all that or not. So I'm kind of mixed about the whole thing.
You know what? I think that unless you're famous like that, you don't know, and I don't think a lot of people have reached his level of fame. And with the pressure, and even today's day, I think people we can relate to like with Dave Chappelle and, you know, things of that nature, the pressure of being famous and being in that bubble and, you know, not knowing if people truly love you or they just want to be around your fame. I think he created his own world, and, you know, when you get myopic like that and you create your own world, you kind of get out there. So I think that's probably what happened. And then, you know, from his childhood with him not being comfortable with who he was and being teased, you know, I think it just kind of went to a whole different level with him being in that bubble.
The only thing I got to say about Michael is that, man, he's going to live on through his music, man. He left a nice legacy, and that's something that they cannot take from him. It's going to live on forever.